Hi sweeties, I am Chubby Deigh for those of you who are new, and if you want to be a sweetie too, please be sure to click that red subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that I get notified every single time I upload, and please do follow me on Instagram. Today I come to you with shades of pink. In today's video I'll be showing you how I edit my Instagram pictures, so let's get straight into the video. Before we get into editing, I just want to clarify some few things. When it comes to editing, I don't do too much simply because I'm in the beauty space, so I have to be as authentic as possible and I have to be as natural as possible. Firstly, I just want to talk about like the lighting. Even if it's outside on a sunny day, or you can use a ring light, as I am always using a ring light mostly on my reels and on my beauty shots. If you can't afford lighting, at least take your pictures outside on a sunny day. Angazi ke on a rainy day uzokwenza njani. But if you have lighting like a ring light or soft box or whatever lighting that you have, I always prefer that you film in a dark room because it appears better. Another thing that I want to mention when it comes to lighting is that when you film and you want like extra lighting, make sure you are facing opposite the sun. So if the sun is this side, you must film sitting like this, so you must be facing the sun. In front of me there is like a window, so that produces more lighting. But if you have enough lighting like softbox, ring lights, whatever case may be with your lighting equipment, then you can close your windows and the lighting will be like top notch. I'll show you on the pictures that I'm going to edit right now. That time I was like in a dark room and the only lighting was my lighting equipment. Secondly, it's your camera, so there's no need to have like a camera if you cannot like afford it now, but a good phone that takes good quality pictures, it's needed. In most cases when I take pictures with my phone, I use the rear camera. You don't even need an iPhone, guys. You all know I'm a Samsung fan because I believe that Samsung has good quality. I have asthma, but Samsung has the best camera. Even like the zooming, you all know about the zooming. There are so many videos where they compare Samsung and iPhone zooming functionalities, but collab, it's not about the comparison here. You just need a good phone that takes good quality pictures. If you're taking your beauty shots, use the rear camera. And into nje mele ibe ne plan ukuthi uzozibona kanjani that you are on frame or out of frame with the rear camera. I usually suggest that you like have a tripod that fits your phone, put it on a tripod and have a mirror in front of your phone there so that you can see if you are on frame or not. Lastly, if you are a beauty influencer, I believe that you don't have to edit so much because you have to be authentic, you have to be realistic, you have to be natural about your content. So you don't need like filters. I don't use filters on my feed post. I only use like Instagram filters, obviously Kodi stories, but on my feed post I rarely use filters. So I'm going to show you how I edit my beauty shots and full body shots, and you will see mostly I'm gunning for a good lighting. Even if with my full body shots I'll be gunning for a good lighting, then edit from there. If you have a good lighting or if you're outside, then you don't have to do much of editing. I'm only using one editing app. I don't want to lie to you. Yes, previously I used to use most of the apps that I could get, and I was like, okay, finally I need the one for me that works for me. I know most of the people use Lightroom. Yes, Lightroom is nice, especially for those who have like a themed feed. I used to use Lightroom before, but did I change it? The app that I'm going to show you that made my life very easy and it is easy to use is Snapseed. So I'm going to show you how I edit a picture that I took with my camera and a picture that I took with my phone. So let's get into this. I'm gonna have a screen recording here of everything that I'm currently doing. The app that I'm using, it's called Snapseed and you can get it from Play Store or Apple Store. Is it Apple Store? Yes, but you can get on both operating system, whether it's Android or iOS. So from my phone, as you can see, my wallpaper, I'm snatched. I also use Snapseed. As I've mentioned to you guys that I don't do too much on my pictures, please don't fault me, but as soon as you know that these settings work for you, then you'll get this. So I have this app on Edits. So this is the app. The first icon that you see there, that's the app I'm talking about. That's the icon of the app that we're gonna use, and that's the only app that I use to edit my pictures. Let's go to gallery and make this process simple. I go to my gallery and we'll start with an image that I took with my camera, and then we'll do the phone image afterwards. So let's take this beauty shot. From here I'll just click share, and then Snapseed, it's right there. Then I click Snapseed. So at the bottom where I'm currently scrolling, it's like the presets, or let's call them filters. Moko, Snapseed, they call them styles. So you can save your own style after, like you have, like I have right there, the one that is written pink and the one that is written nails. So those are my saved styles. If you don't want to doing them like one by one, the settings one by one, you can save your style and just like apply them and save your picture. But I don't like this. I want to do my own thing. This is simple, very very simple. So I'm gonna click tools, and then I always start by details, which is the second one. I don't use everything that you're seeing there, and I sharpen the picture because Instagram has the tendency of dropping your picture quality. So I sharpen most of my pictures, maybe depending on the lighting or how crisp it is. So I'm just gonna put this one on 56. Mara, now you will see when you're doing this, oh, it's too much. You see too much sharpening. I don't really like it, but it's crisp. So I just put it just above 50, and then click that tick, go back to tools, go to tune image. Go tune image. If your lighting was not good enough and then you want to increase your brightness, you just slide to right or slide to left. As you can see, the brightness changes. I don't really like changing my brightness because I always consider my lighting. So you would skip this step if you have good lighting. Sometimes if the lighting is too much, I just lower my brightness. From here, to see the other settings, you just scroll up from the screen, then you will see contrast. So too much contrast changes my picture to be like that, and less contrast, it makes my picture look like blurrinyana. So I always like take it up, not above 10. And then we move to saturation. Saturation, it's for those people who like their images to appear orange. This is the tool that you use. So you will see Hakisakwa, you become more orange, and then when you dropping it, it becomes black and white. I don't even cross above 10 also. And then ambient is for it makes your picture pop. It makes, especially if you are at a setting a restaurant or a pleasing aesthetic background, then it makes everything to pop. So for ambient, I also don't do too much, just like that. And then for highlights, it's up to you. You see, too much highlights makes your picture too bright. Less highlights makes your picture a bit down. Basically, it's like if it's too white, you just tone it down. If it's not too white, you just tone it up. I usually tone it down because more, this is the picture that I was talking about where I had curtains closed. I was in a dark room. The only lighting that I had was my equipment lighting. So I just make it minus 16. I don't always have the same setting. It just depends on the picture, honestly. And then we go to shadows. I love shadows. I don't know if you have noticed that if you take a picture wearing a black top or a black jean where there is too much lighting, then the blackness kinda fades, so shadow helps with that. As you can see, the top that I'm wearing or the hair, it's kind of not black, so I just shadow it, and you can see all the black stuff becomes black. From there we have warmth. I don't usually use warmth. I don't like it because it makes your picture and guys it blue orange, so I really don't like that, so I don't usually use this. If I want my background to be more blurry, I click the lens bar, the lens blur, which is like the last thing on these options. You just select your face, and then when you scroll up down, as I've mentioned before, you will see the options that you have. So the blur strength is how strong you want your picture to be blurry. And then we have transition. It's like, you'll know transition, but it's the gap between the first cycle and the second cycle, how it transitions. So I like to put it on 100 so that there is a smooth transition. And then there's vignette strength. I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly. So your corners, the corners of your picture, when you have this lens blur, becomes darker. So as soon as I tone it down, you can see the corners becomes lighter. If I tone it up, the corners becomes darker. I like to put it on 0. So this is the image before the editing and after. Y'all can see it's not too much, but y'all can see. I don't really like using this option a lot. Since I'm in the beauty space, I don't use this option too much because it sometimes makes things unrealistic. And most people who are in the beauty space, they know hore makeup doesn't hide texture. But if maybe you don't like how your texture it is on the picture, so I'm just gonna zoom in my image. As you can see, like there is texture on, there's texture right there. I also have a pimple right there, and yeah, I have, you see, like my pores are there. Makeup doesn't hide any of those. Because I have makeup on this image, it won't hide any of those. But if you feel like when you want to hide those, this is an option for you. So we have tools, and then you go to portraits. So you have your options like the styles or your presets right there that you can choose from. If you want your face spotlight, I don't like using this option. I never use this option. You like take it higher, you can see your face. This actually detects your face only. It focuses on your face only, so it will spotlight that if you want that. So I don't like using that. Nah, and I like myself like that. I'm a proud dark beauty girly. And then we have skin smoothing. So this makes your skin perfect. But beauty industry bandla guys, I'll emphasize this, beauty industry, you must be as authentic as you can. You must be as natural as you can, so that you are realistic with whatever that you're trying to show people. Whatever that you're seeing on the pictures, tahore makeup hides your pores, that's false advertisement. I'm sorry, but length already doesn't exist. If you apply makeup pimples, then your pimples will show through that makeup. Your pores will still show. As I've shown you on my picture, I have a pimple right there straight on my forehead. Makeup doesn't hide that. I have pores. Makeup doesn't hide that. But with this option, let me actually have my picture zoomed in like that, and let me show you. When you say skin smoothing, drag it to 100. You see how skin changes and becomes smooth, but it doesn't hide most of the texture because my pimple is still there, though I have the skin smoothing option go 100. So if you take it back, you see that pimple is not that visible. The pores are also not that visible, so your skin appears to be perfect, which is not. So I'm gonna tone it down like that. And I have eye clarity, which is my favorite. I love my eyes. And fun fact, I used to hate my eyes so much because I'm showing like my eyes are big, but now I like them. So with this option, what I do, it's eye clarity. When I take it up, my eyes appear whiter and crisp, so hence I like this. But I don't like make it above 50. I'm basically done. That's my beauty shots. I'm done. Then I click the done on your top left, and it actually saves your image. Simple. There is your image saved on your Snapseed folder. Now let's move on to an image that I've taken using my phone. You'll know I use Samsung A53. So this is the picture that I took with my phone rear camera, and I'll do the same process like with Snapseed. So I'll share, then Snapseed, then from there tools, let's do this again, details, sharpen. With my phone I take the sharpen above 50 because the quality of phone and the camera, it's not the same, so you have to manipulate some of the things. And then from there, tune image, brightness, it's fine, love it. Contrast, just a little bit, 5. Saturation, true. I don't like orange pictures, I'm sorry. Ambient, kancane, 24. Highlight, I take it down. Shadows, down. Told you how I love shadows. As you can see, my hair becomes like blacker. Then I don't use warmth. Then we come to the lens blur effects, because you can see the flyaways on my hair, hence I'm using the lens blur effects on this image. And transition, up, down. You can see, I'm not saying this function removes my flyaways, I just don't want them to grab too much attention. And then we go to portrait and skin smoothing. If it's too sharp, also if it's too sharp, you can manipulate the sharpness with the skin smoothing effect. So I take it not too much. Then the eyeball, yeah, then the eye clarity a bit up. There we have it. And then I done, save the image. I don't use every option that I see here. I don't know some of the things, what do they do. When it comes to the body shots, I always use my phone because I'm never out with my camera for safety reasons, so I always take my body shots with my phone. We'll work with this one. So as you can see, this is not edited, body shots. You see the lighting, the shadow tells you I'm facing opposite the sun. As I've mentioned, I literally use one app always. Then I go to Snapseed, and then with body shots I go to tools, details. You sharpen for Instagram, always sharpen for Instagram. Your quality will be like that. Then you go to tune image. I don't do too much honestly, because the brightness, it's decent. Put it to 0. Contrast, just a little bit. Saturation, ngipthanda orange kancane. Ambient, you can take it as high as you want. As you can see, the sky becomes more blue, because you see normally it's not. When it comes to body shots, ambient, I take it high because I told her it makes whatever background that you're at more top. And then highlight, I take it depending on the picture. Here I'm gonna take it down. Shadow, down, so that my jean can be a bit black. Take it down. The function that I wanted to show you, as you can see, there's too much going on. There's oils, there's papers. So if you want to remove that on your picture, this is the option that you use. So we have row 3, column 3, we have healing. You click that and then you zoom into your picture. You tap that. gone. Oil, you tap that, gone. That one, gone. But you must be careful when you use this so that it doesn't show, because if maybe I'm trying to, let's see, if I'm trying to remove the earring, it won't be as nice, it won't be as pleasing. So I'm gonna tap, the earring is out, but from far you can't see, but if I zoom it you can see blurring. So it works best on a surface that is consistent, like when I'm thing, I can remove that white thing, gone. I always suggest using like tapping instead of like dragging. If I drag it like this, see what it does, it's not nice. Or if I drag like that, it's not nice. So I suggest using tapping motions. Literally that white thing, it's gone. Before, after, before, after. Done. Save, post to your Instagram. If you're using one style of editing, it makes your Instagram look nice because there's a consistency of image quality. I hope you guys took a thing or two when it comes to editing, because I always get DMs, sorry, which app do you use to edit a picture, which app do you use to edit a picture? Guys, I don't even do too much, as you have seen. Just a good camera, good lighting, then over grand. Make your items or your colors becomes brighter. Even this dress, it's pink but it appears as lighter pink because of the lighting. With the Snapseed app, you can literally make this pink to become the pink that you see in real life. Let me show you. This is how pink this dress is. This is like the natural color of pink, but then if I'm far, the pink appears to be lighter. So obviously lighting manipulates colors, so to bring back those colors you need to shadow down, highlights, ear panty, contrast, all those things, and then your colors will be as good as they are in real life. I sometimes feel like people judge people who edit their pictures, but only to find out that's the real color, because lighting manipulates the color, or the color on your face, or color in general. Too much lighting manipulates color in general. So for us, we don't edit too much to make things look unrealistic, but we actually edit so that the camera picture can meet the eye picture. I hope that makes sense. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to be a sweetie, turn on the notification bell so I get notified every single time I upload, and please do follow me on Instagram.